Alright, so it's been a little while since I've done a synth update, but major progress made tonight. So for those who haven't been following along at home, major components, power supply generating all sorts of positive and negative. One of the VCOs, this is an LFO and a voltage controller, but I'm not using that. I'm not using this power supply right now. This is another VCO back here, another LFO low pass filter. Not doing a ton with this. The big thing here though is this circuit. Here's some sweet little screen work that I did. Bubbles and some debug info. This is a Digipot, digital potentiometer, Arduino obviously, and this is clearly, as we'll see, plugged into my Korg over here, MIDI. The MIDI is hooked up to the Arduino. It's running MIDI out from the Korg into the Arduino. So the Arduino is receiving and processing MIDI signals, and for those of you who might have guessed, it's turning those MIDI signals into very, very rudimentary CV signals. So instead of using a little trim pot for my CV here, I am using MIDI. So this is the first time in all of this. Let's see if I can get a good spot up here. That'll work. This is the first time since we started this process that I can play notes on a keyboard. Obviously, super out of tune. This has made it apparent just how bad the tracking is on my linear to exponential converters. Mostly because I believe mostly because I haven't thermally bound. Well, let's get this reasonable here. I haven't thermally bound the transistors that are in the converter. Half this VCO is still breadboarded and not permanently soldered. The other project I've started is a KiCad schematic implementation of the VCO so that I can get boards printed at Osh Park. But getting the MIDI working was a huge thing, and honestly, I seem to have like a tolerance of like 2 notes up and down. It's pretty bad. Well, that's decent right there. It's cool too because the way the Korg handles the octaves, you can change this little octave knob here, and we're sending out the right signals. The pitch, I think I have 5 octaves with this. No, it must be 6 because it's 28. The byte that I get from the MIDI library goes from 28 to 100 when I go from full stop at the bottom, which is here, all the way to top end, which is a ripper. Well, that's overflow. Yeah. It's my favorite lick to play, so as soon as I had this playable. The other thing I wanted to do was get note on and note off working. As you can see, it's basically a note hold. Oh god, I think that's much better. It's just a note hold right now. I wanted to get a rudimentary gate setup working with a transistor, but that wasn't going quite according to plan. I might have burnt this bad boy up, so we got to get another one. I have schematics. The next thing I was going to do was to build an envelope generator as well as a VFA, but I don't quite have the parts. I'm really trying not to spend money and just do as much as I can with the pieces I have currently. So those are on the back burner, and I got some other things to play with. Now that I have this control, I have two CES 3340 clones, the AS, the ones from Synth. I try and get bare bones versions of those wired up. But yeah, it's pretty cool. You can actually play my synth. Actually, we can throw the LFO in too. Rumble territory. That's all for now.